Okay, so we're live. I'm here, Jackie. I'm here. Hi, everybody. I am Krista. This is Why Am I Yelling Live, and I cannot tell you how excited I am today because I have two awesome guests. But one of them, my friend Barry Eichner, sitting right there, I have known for literally almost half my life. Let that sink in. And we only worked together for 5 months. We used to work together at BB, which Barry's going to say right now is what?
The worst job I've ever had in my entire life.
Pretty much me too. And we worked together for 5 months, and I've been in love with him pretty much since day one. And so we've kind of, what?
I've worshipped you too.
And we've kind of followed each other, and we have remained friends all this time. And I love what he's doing. And now he has a partner in business, and her name is Jenny. And they have just created a new website company lifestyle blog called Lipgloss Aftershave, which, oh my God, I love that name. So I don't know which one of you, or if you guys made it together or how it worked. But I love it. And so welcome, Barry and Jenny and Barry. And Jenny's also a mom. So there's the parenting mom element happening in here. It's not just because I love these people and I want them to be on. So my question is, how did you get to where you are? How did you decide what you wanted to do, and why is lip gloss and aftershave like your thing right now? And I know that you have other stuff going on too. So talk to me about what you do and why it's so important.
Is it so funny how it came together? It came together very unexpectedly, which is the coolest part about it. Barry and I both do very similar things. We're both in digital media, and we're both in the beauty space. And so one day, 3 months ago, Barry came over and was like, hey, we should really we should explore doing something together, because we were working on something for a client. And from that point, lip gloss and aftershave went from a blog.
It went from an idea to this insane, out of control thing that's just sort of charging ahead. So what we were going to do was, I was launching a new website, and I was going to I said, I want to have a blog, but why don't we create a blog for us on my website? And just so that it had a place to live in, and it had a house, and we could, do it really easily from my platforms. And Jenny was like, sounds like a great idea. And then as we lived with it for a little bit, she came to me one day and she was like, it's just not sitting right. She's like, why don't we just create its own website? And I was like, well, it's not like we don't know how to do that. I mean, we do that for clients every single day.
Right.
Why the heck didn't we even think of that? And so she developed the website. She did it herself. And it just became this thing. Together, we're both very creative. She is much more of the artistic eye than I am. As an art director, she is spectacular. So she really helped lay everything out.
Right.
But yeah, it's just sort of I think she said, I really want a name that sums up who we are. It's a guy and a girl, a mom and a single guy. She's at the beach, I'm in the city. She's super conservative, I'm super liberal. So we wanted this sort of back and forth sort of thing. And we made these long lists of
all the opposites.
All the opposites. And what are two beauty products that are indicative of men and women? And I love lip gloss, because I think every girly girl has a pink lip gloss or a clear lip gloss or something that she just puts on and runs out the door.
Right.
And there's one thing that men have that women don't have, and it's aftershave. And that's how we put it together.
And so what is the mission of lip gloss and aftershave? What is it that you're trying to do through your website, your business?
You nailed this one in the video that we did. You said you wanted it to be a destination.
I'm like, what did we say? It's a destination. So we want it to be a destination for everyone, for consumers, for professionals, meaning estheticians and anyone in the industry, to go to so they could hear about products and not have to do the research. So I'm a very busy mom. Barry's a very busy working man. And we live in this industry, and we're dealing with new products all the time. So we wanted to be able to recommend these products and tell people what's worth their time, what's not worth their time, what's worth spending money on, what's not. so that they didn't have to do the research themselves and spend so much money.
I love that. And then, so your clients are just everyday people. Now, do you cater through Lipgloss and Aftershave to like the beauty industry? Like, will you connect with companies and review their products on your website? Will you partner with them for like brand ambassadorship? Like, are you doing that kind of stuff too?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want me to take this one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So one of the things that I have done is, like, for example, I just got hired to do, I'm going to be the MC of the Skin Games Makeup Challenge in San Jose. Can you see it? You're done. Yeah. So seriously, there's this thing called the Skin Games, which is a competition of estheticians in California. And they're doing a makeup challenge. And they wanted somebody who was like in the industry, who was funny and could handle a crowd. And they approached me and they were like, will you MC the event on behalf of Lipgloss and Aftershave? And I was like, absolutely. Like, that is exactly what we're doing. So we're definitely looking to do things like that. But what our focus is to really, get the information about beauty products out to consumers and let them understand how these products work. Like, my favorite thing that I've learned from Jenny so far, it is just like ridiculous, but she talked about a product that she's been using for years that she loves, and it's Cremo. Am I saying it right? Cremo shave cream. It smells like a pina colada that you put on to shave with.
Yeah.
It's unreal. And like, she taught me about it. And so I went out and I bought some and I use it for shaving now. So anybody who's out there, if you need the best shave cream you'll ever have in your entire life, it's Cremo.
And
look it up.
You can get it at CVS. Like, that's the cool thing.
Right.
We're not trying to just do expensive, fancy industry products. Like, we want to do things that we want to talk about products that everyone can get.
Like, a tube this big is $7.99. Like, you can keep that. You don't need a lot. In fact, there's a little like tag when you open it up. It says caution: do not use too much. Like,
really?
Yeah, so you only need a little bit. So like, we want to help people not only find good products, but products that are of value.
Yeah.
Right. So that's my next question. Like, do you have a guideline around your products? Like, are you gearing more toward like the organic lines, or does it matter?
No, it doesn't matter. But Jenny has one rule. It's an absolute rule, is that she has to like it. We have to believe in it. We're not going to take a product from a company and review it because it's a big company or it's a huge name or an opportunity for us. She really wants to maintain integrity so that people do continue to trust us. That's our only rule.
I think that's probably the most important rule, though. I mean, you're not gonna, talk stuff that burns kids' skin, or like your sunscreen is like, seeping into your brain. No, I love that. And so I know, Jenny, you're an esthetician, right?
Yes.
So I am, there's nothing I love more than a really good facial. Nothing really in life. Somebody touching my body at all times is like my favorite thing, when it's not anybody that I know, especially.
Don't live in your house.
It can't be the 3 boys that live with me. Don't fucking touch me. Anybody else, you can touch me whenever you want. When Will watches this, he's going to be like, that's awesome. Thanks, babe.
Love you too.
However, so now I have my facialist. She uses all organic products. She uses the Essence Organics or something. Huh?
Give her a shout out.
Can I give her a shout out? Her name is Gosha. She's a Polish lady in Brooklyn.
No, who do you go to? Okima.
No, Okima does hair now.
Oh, okay. Didn't you go to her for a while though?
I went to her for nails and toes.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yes. So I love that line, but I actually don't use it at home. So do you encourage, like, I'm sure you encourage people to use like the same line at home and all that kind of stuff. How often do you encourage people to change things up?
Every season.
Really?
You definitely have to. With the exception of staples, antioxidants, your vitamin C's, those things that you need year round. But sometimes you need to just change the consistency of them. So sometimes you're going to use a serum in the summer because it's a little lighter. Right. And sometimes you need something a little heavier in the colder months because you're losing all that humidity. So I think it's really important to get professional facials because they have more potent products. And if you're doing peels or microderm or laser, things that you can't do at home, which I take that back because you can almost do anything at home these days with all of the devices. But the strength of the device is less for the end consumer to use at home.
Right.
So it's fabulous to use the professional lines at home. You can use those, it's great to use those in the spa. And then bringing them home, you definitely need some of those staples at home. But that's where we come in to recommend several different lines. So if you can't necessarily purchase what your esthetician is using on you, you have other options.
Okay. And so B, you focus on clearly the men's stuff, right? And I know that you're a product junkie. I know this. And so do you guys often collaborate on what you're going to recommend, who you're going to recommend it to? Like, I imagine your target audience is fairly broad, right? We're talking to women, men, different cultures, different skin types, all that kind of stuff. Do you decide, okay, Barry, you're going to handle like the guy stuff and I'm going to handle the girl stuff? Or because you're an esthetician and you see all different kinds of faces, will you guys like chat about that kind of stuff?
So I don't just do only men's products. Like I'll do we're talking to a company right now who wants me to feature a beard oil. So obviously I'll do that. Obviously just the hair stuff. And the makeup stuff.
I have hair stuff for you. Oh, by the way.
Okay, there you go. But like I'll do skincare as well because a lot of the skincare that is sold through professionals is ideal for both men and women. So I'll do skincare as well. But we generally just sort of like pick sometimes the brand will they'll approach and they'll want me to do the men's stuff. But I have brands who don't really care about skin, so they'll let either one of us. Because my background is, we worked at BB together, but I actually left New York to move to Philadelphia to work for a chain of medical spas.
I know, right?
And so I was there for I guess
a long time.
I think it was 10 years.
It was a long time.
Yeah, I helped build the treatment menu and the product lines, and I helped train the estheticians and wrote the operations manual. So while I'm not an esthetician, I know exactly what happens in a facial. So I can speak really intelligently about how it all works. But if there's a really sort of sophisticated, advanced technology that I want to write about, I'll run it by Jenny just to make sure that I've got my science facts straight. And it usually works really well like that. Right.
And now, okay, so now how often are you updating the website for your consumers and your people?
We're trying we're on there constantly updating it and just making tweaks and making it, operate better. But we're trying to write stories and articles. We're trying on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been tough, just trying to manage all of this because it's coming so quickly. And all the different operations, but we're trying on a weekly basis.
Yeah, and we suspect that because we're now getting, I just fielded a cold call yesterday from somebody that saw one of our YouTube videos.
Good.
Owns a spa distributor. She distributes spa products in the Midwest, and she brought on a new line, and she wanted us to try her beard oil. So I suspect that as we start to get more inquiries from brands, we're going to start to just post more because we'll have more content that will be sort of provided to us.
Right. So now it's summertime and I'm going to ask what are I want top 5 recommendations for busy people, not necessarily busy moms, but maybe busy moms. What are your top 5 things that everybody needs to have in their bag to make it through the day with kids? Is it sunscreen? Is it moisturizer? What is it?
My favorite? My favorite. An SPF that you can put on that changes color and evens out your skin tone. I swear to you, I use it every single morning.
Which one is it?
Well, I have been using Obagi, but I love that. Was it Circadia or Mad Skincare? He's got another one that I'm just not out of my tube yet, so I'm not using it. There it is.
Oh, yay!
Yeah.
You put them on, they change color to match your skin tone, so you don't have to wear another layer of powder. It's
What?
amazing. Yes.
Where do you get that?
So the two, I'm using an Obagi one.
Okay.
Professional skincare line. That was just.
That's MAD, so it's Maximum Active Dermaceuticals, so it's MAD Skincare.
Okay.
And that one, I work with a distributor in Northern California called California Skincare Supply that sells to professionals. But if somebody out there really wants it, they can direct message me on Facebook and I'll get you a link to purchase it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can get the links up for sure. But that's
Awesome.
such a time saver. I mean, honestly, all I have time to put on in the morning, most days, are mascara and my eyebrows because I have to pencil them in, and lip gloss. So if I can, and then I don't want to have a layer of like heavy powder or foundation on in this humidity. So that's what I do. And then we're putting it on at the same time. It's me and my son. We're like lathering up with SPF every single morning. So that's my absolute number one product for sure.
Right now, my number one product that I have to have is I use a cuticle oil every single day because my fingers get so dry going in.
I am sitting here right now picking cuticles.
Yeah, I have a cuticle oil I use every single day. And I have a hand cream from a company called Prana Spa-Ceuticals that like they're on my bathroom vanity, and I'm constantly in there like oiling my cuticles, moisturizing my hands. It's even worse in the wintertime. But we were at the pool on 4th of July, and the chlorine was just drying everything out.
Yeah, it's no fun.
But I mean, that being said, like I love a sunscreen too. Like the SPF, I use every single day. Every day.
Yeah. Oh yeah, me too. Like I'm
just complaining that he wasn't tan enough. I'm like, it's okay. That's what self-tanners are made for.
Yeah.
I get tan even with sunscreen, so it's fine. Yeah. By the end of the summer, I look like a complete different nationality, so it's okay. Okay, and so here's what I want to know. I want to know your favorite part of this whole endeavor so far and where you want to take it. Like, what's your, like, I don't know that you have a 5-year plan because that seems like a long time, but like, what's your plan for this?
What's your favorite part, Jim?
My favorite part is that I get to do what I love and talk about what I love to people that I love, and I get to be at home. My son is in school Monday through Friday. He's 3 years old. He's at camp right now, but, you know, I get to pick him up. I get to go out most days. I get to take him. I get to be flexible. I get to go to his events, and that's really important to me. I never saw myself as like a 9 to 5 in an office in a cubicle. I've done it a few times and it doesn't work out well.
Right.
So I love the flexibility of it, and that we get to make our own schedules and do what we love.
Yeah, my favorite part is being able to create my own sort of like destiny in that, you know, like I have a lot of choices and a lot of freedom because of what we do. And so I can meet all of these amazing people when I go out to events, and I get to find, like, the thing I love about the beauty industry is that the people that work in it are actually really, really wonderful people. It's very giving and very loving, especially in the spa vertical, which is where we get a lot of our information. So I meet all these amazing people, and then I get to genuinely just turn around and like share information with all of the people that read the articles that we write. You know, I've been writing for like 15 years. I write for a lot of different publications, and you know, getting to give and share information is one of the things that I love the most. So being able to like impart knowledge and make people's lives easier is something that I really like doing.
I love that. And I think, you know, and I'm just going to say this. Like, I remember when you quit your job in like the medical spa land. Seriously. And oh, by the way, everybody out there, like, this was a long time ago. Like, Barry's been doing this on his own for what, like 6 or 7 years, if not longer. Right. And when I decided to quit my job, and I worked for, you know, corporate America for 100 years because I'm 700 years old, Barry was like one of the people who I was like, you know what? He did it, and this person did it, and all these people that I knew were doing it. And so I knew I could do it. And, you know, I've watched him go from, oh my God, this is the worst thing I've ever done. Because we all have those days. Like, what the fuck am I doing? Right. And I'm sure you still have them, but I've watched you and I love it. I love your arc, and I love your mission, and I love your story, and I love the whole thing. And so you actually were one of my inspirations for actually like taking the leap and quitting the job and knowing that I could actually make this happen. It might take a long time. I mean, I'm almost 2 years into it, and it's finally like, you know, we're turning the corner and we're getting places, and we're like, there's a little bit of money in the bank and all that kind of stuff. But you said that you were like, this is not going to happen overnight, my friend. Like, you need to be able to like run the marathon, and you've done it. Because now look, you have your own website, and Jenny, you're successful in your esthetician business and everything else you do, and you came together and you brought your success together. And I think this is going to be amazing. And I think everybody needs to. You guys have a newsletter?
Yes.
Okay. So Jackie is going to put up all the links that where you guys can find Barry and Jenny together separately, all the stuff that they've provided for us. And if we don't have all of it, we can still add to it later. But follow Lipgloss and Aftershave on all the social media stuff. And really like trust them, because listen, I've known Barry for 100 years, and I trust him implicitly. Like, I think I might even let him babysit my kids.
I don't know about that.
I would. Yeah, they're good kids. They're good.
He's really good with kids. So thank you for being here. This was really fun.
No, thank you for having us, babe.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
And I'm going to put this up on my YouTube channel, so you guys, and I'll share it with you and all that stuff. And Jackie has already shared it to your respective Facebook pages and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to say goodbye to our audience. You guys stay right there. Thanks for watching, everybody. I think we have a show scheduled for next week. Jackie knows more than I do because she keeps the schedule. So we'll see you back here next week. Have an awesome weekend, and be careful wherever you guys are. Happy summer.
Yeah.
Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.